Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to Go Live with Glow, and I'm your host, Iconic Glow. Tonight's episode is being sponsored by Bent Wine and Co. This is my very good friend, Kevin Tricks Bent, has created his own wine. It tastes very good. I've actually already gone through a bottle of it already. It's great for the holidays, great for just after a bubble bath self care. It's a very light red wine. Please follow at Bent Wine on Instagram. Tastes really, really good. Hey, everybody. Hi. Are you guys ready for the show tonight? Waiting for my guests to arrive. 8 o'clock sharp. You know how I start every Thursday on time. Hey, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So, what has everybody been doing while I wait for my guests to arrive? It's so hot in this living room, y'all. It's hot in the living room, but it is cold in the rest of the apartment. That's one thing I don't really like about New York City apartments. So, next Thursday will be my last episode of Go Live with Glow for the year of 2020. So I'm just going to end it on December 17th because we have Christmas, then we have New Year's Eve and New Year's. And so I will be back January 7th will be my first episode of 2021. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more knowledge as to what's going on with the year and what's to come with this vaccine and everything else. Our guest has arrived. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Anwaa, what's going on? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Where are you now?
What's up? How you doing? How's everything?
Good. I said, where are you now?
Right now, I'm in Kingston, Jamaica.
See what I'm talking about? You have stressed me. I'm so stressed out. You've been taking beautiful pictures of sunset.
Yeah, like I'm just chilling, man. I had to get away. Everything's crazy. I just had to get away and reset for a second.
Well, let me introduce everybody. This is Anwaa Kong. Me and him went to Morgan State University together. So I
Okay.
wanted to introduce everybody to him. You've been doing wonderful things since we left Morgan. While we were at Morgan, you were very proactive. I just want you to give everybody just a background story about who you are, where you're from.
Well, for me, once again, my name is Anwaa Kong. I was born and raised in Jamaica. Actually, I'm from Jamaica. I was born here. Moved to Maryland when I was like 13. Then went to high school and all that. Then I went to Morgan State University.
Yes.
Finished there in 2006. Um, then left, worked for BET for some time. Worked for BET for 3 years, and I left BET to become like a full-time photographer and an entrepreneur. So I did that for 7 years. Then along the way, I started working with different brands from from Ciroc to Crown Royal to Kettle One. Um, did all of that, then moved on to Martell, um, Jameson, just a bunch of brands. Did Reebok for a while, did Pepsi for a while, just did a different branding stuff. So
So what was
just
your
been,
major at Morgan?
I was a communication major, so just radio, TV production. So
I never knew exactly what your major was. I know you wasn't in my building because you know all the business majors knew who was in the business building.
well, like I wanted to be over in a business building actually. Like I wanted to major in marketing, but I did not want to take the math classes over there.
I was about to say,
So
I
like
just didn't
I
make
was
it.
like, why am I taking, pre-calculus if I want to learn how to freaking sell records? Like, you know what I'm saying? So and I just a lot of times that's kind of where the breakdown happens. It's like people want to do things, but if I'm going to be in a creative industry, why am I taking pre-calculus? You know what I'm saying? It's a hindrance on people, on like the best minds actually coming and learning the business structure actually, because I mean, I mean, are you? I don't know, but whatever.
Listen, I barely got out. That's all I'm saying. I barely made it out of that major, bare like by the skin of my teeth, like literally. We'll get into that later. So you were RA too at Morgan, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at Morgan, I got pretty active. So like immediately, I came to Morgan. I just got active. So I started like running like the little campus student radio station.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that. Got a show on there, and then I started volunteering to just watch the desk. Like, let's say somebody was watching a desk or RA was watching a desk,
Mm-hmm.
and they would need to run to the bathroom or something. Then I just started volunteering just to sit there for like 5 minutes. And then like my second semester at Morgan, they just offered me an RA job. They were like, yo, like somebody I knew, like one of the RAs was leaving
Mm-hmm.
because he was just like, yo, I'm taking too many credits this last year of school. I need not to be an RA. So he just recommended me. They brought me in like I was an RA off the break. So that just changed my whole life right there.
Thank God you was an RA at the good door. Thank God you was an RA at the good door. I don't think you would have survived at OC. OC
Yo,
was the
I was
projects.
I was down in OC my senior year, like my senior year at Morgan. Like it was crazy because like I was like, yo, I'm Mr. Morgan, like I'm you know what I'm saying, like I'm homecoming king, I'm all this, and then y'all put me down in OC with in a trap. I was
In the
mad
hood, in the
in the
hood,
hood. You know
in
what
the
I'm
hood, in
saying?
the.
but it's kind of crazy because sometimes you go places and like those guys down in OC, I was kind of hard on them because like I was always like the disciplinarian. Like
Mhm.
I'm like y'all need to get y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Like going
Right.
off. I still talk to a lot of those guys now, man, and like a lot of those guys come around and be like, "Yo, like we appreciate it." At the time, we didn't appreciate you talking to us and like explaining the stuff the way you did, but
Right.
now that we're grown up, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate the fact that I can appreciate what you were trying to teach us back then. So, you know, that's always dope.
Were you that active in high school? Because that's a lot of pressure. Mr. Morgan, RA, like you did everything by the books. Like,
I mean, you know, like yeah, I mean, you know, when I came to Morgan, so like the thing was, I had always went to like when I moved from Jamaica to America, I had always went to like these predominantly white high schools.
hmm
So when you're at like a school like that, um, you're not really shining as much as you should. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of
right.
times they'll kind of allow you to doubt yourself because they're not giving you the attention or the praise that sometimes you should because somebody else who might not be as good as you is doing. They give them the shine just because of who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I got to Morgan, I just realized, yo, like the world's my oyster. Like I can do anything. Like you know what I'm saying? So that just forced me to like really get active. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
just really got active. So, but in high school, track, basketball, football, and like choir. Like I was on a choir in high school too. So.
I don't know. You know what? I did. I came with good intentions at Morgan. I started off like I got there early and I tried out for the band. And then once I didn't make the band and be when I wasn't a Foxy lady, because all I wanted to do was be a majorette. After that, all that other stuff, I just kind of like threw to the side. I was like, man, I just want to get out. Like I just want to get out of here. First semester, freshman year was good. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. I think I was very distracted at Morgan.
You was, you know, I wouldn't say you was not like a hot girl in a bad terms, but you were a hot girl because like you were popping, so therefore, you know what I'm saying? You had attention. There was a lot happening. You know what I'm saying?
You think I was a hot girl at school?
Of course. I mean,
I
like
never saw myself
you was
that way.
like, I mean, you was like the New York, you was like one of the New York shorties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like New York people just always vibe differently. You know what I'm saying?
I did say that
y'all energy and confidence is like off the record. It's
because we
just
from New York, and then after
I
I say I'm
know.
from New York, that's the end of this conversation. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say after I'm from New York. Like when people start asking me where you from, like, I'm from New York. Now, when it comes to another New Yorker, then it comes down to the borough and it becomes like an interstate beef. But after I say I'm from New York, I really don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. Don't tell me you from Connecticut because I'm gonna curse you out because I don't want to hear that. I didn't say that has nothing to do with New York City. So, how did you land an internship at BET?
Well,
Well, did you have an internship? And you say you started working there, right? So, how did you land
yeah,
that job?
I just started working there. So like, long story short, so before I went to Morgan, I had went to this community college in in Maryland for like a couple of years. So while I was there, I played basketball there. So like there was a player on the team that I had that, you know, you get cool with these guys, you play basketball with them all the time. So I applied at BET. So that's the backstory. So then I applied at BET, and I'm just interviewing, and I do a good interview, I think. And then at the end of the interview, the lady was like, yeah, you know, my son went to Montgomery College and my son went to Morgan also. So, you know, do you know Brandon? And I was like, Brandon Macon? She's like, yeah. So she was like, all right, well, I'm going to talk to him about you. I'm going to ask him about you. And like, he just then, you know, his mom called him and was like, yo, I just interviewed Anwaa. What do you think about this guy? What's your track record with him? And he was just like, oh, he's a great guy. Like, you should hire him. So the next day I got hired. Like, this was like fresh out of Morgan. I'm talking like just
Wow.
graduated. So like, that's my lesson to everybody out there. Like, you know, like along the path of life, you're going to meet so many people. So always try to make sure when people speak on your name, it ain't anything negative. You know what I'm saying? And just be cordial and nice to people. You know what I'm saying? The
I don't
relationships
remember you
with you.
saying much. I don't remember you saying much in school. I just remember you being really cool. I remember you being the RA, and then I remember you getting into the parties. You started promoting parties. I
Yeah.
found the old flyer too from one of the parties that you were throwing. Like I found like a flyer from like 2000 to like 6, 7,
Yo, like,
8.
I had always wanted to get into the party thing. And so like what happened for me, man, was like I remember like that my first homecoming at Morgan, like I had paid for this party to go I was paid for this homecoming party. It was like $20. It was at what's that place called? China Room, China something.
The China Room. It was the China
Yeah.
Room.
So like I had paid to I had paid to go to I had paid for my party ticket homecoming. So I pulled up and there was a fight. So of course the party got shut down early before I could get inside. So that's my whole $20 right
Was
there.
that 2003?
Yep. I feel like that was fall 2003, I want to say.
Yeah, it got shut down. It was a fight. We didn't get in. We didn't get
Yeah,
in.
so right then and there, I was like, yo, I'm not paying for another party at Morgan, period. So like I just came up with a plan. I launched this website. I was like, I'm gonna put this website up called BaltimoreCollegeParty.com. And like I put I put that joint up and I would just go to the little parties and just take pictures with a little camera and put the pictures on there.
So you get in the party for free. You had to
And
pay
I
no
just
more.
after that I just started giving every party for free. Like it was a wrap. Like the whole rest of my time at Morgan I ain't paid for nothing.
Because I
Like
didn't really see you party. You wasn't partying with us like
I was
that.
I was there. I was walking around taking pictures, fake taking pictures, whatever it was I
Not
was
fake
doing.
Don't say that because I remember that was, I think was it extremenightlifenet and then
So like, so I'm
Baltimore.
gonna tell you what happened. So like, I started doing it first, right? So I was doing the pictures at the parties first.
Right.
And then remember, Extreme, they was like the group of promoters. It was all promoters.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, once my website started getting popping, they went and and launched their own website to take over my website, and that's how that started. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I laugh at it now, but it's funny.
Oh my gosh. And so from there, then you had started to work with different liquor brands. So how did you maneuver with that? Because getting sponsorships or working with liquor brands is really hard. It's not really easy.
I think for me, man, so it kind of started. So I had moved back to DC. I was working at BET, and I was taking pictures at the club. So like, I just started taking pictures so like I was at the parties. So I just had a plan where, Ciroc was the hot brand at the time.
Hmm.
So I just started taking pictures of like all Ciroc bottles. So like I would be anywhere in DC, and none of the pictures I would take would have any other liquor brands in it. It would just
Okay.
just be Ciroc pictures. I wasn't getting paid or anything like at all, but that caught the attention of the Ciroc ambassador in DC at the time, Gary, like rest in peace, G. But at the time, that caught his eye, and then we reached out, we started talking, and then he was just like, "Yo, like, I love your photos. Any opportunities, any opportunities, that I get, I'm gonna plug you." And that's just how it started. So after that, I started getting hired by Ciroc to just take photos of anything they were sponsoring. So like I was all over the place. So I started doing that. That built a relationship with a guy named Glenn Hodge, and Glenn was working at a distributor that distributed Ciroc, and then Kareem Latif was working there also. So
Mm.
to just being around the world. So I started traveling with Ciroc. So like Miami, Vegas, LA, like anywhere Puff was going, like
Yeah, I
anywhere.
saw you, Anwaa. I was like, Anwaa is really out here. I've never seen you this active before. I was like, what is going on? What did I miss? What did I
Yo, so
miss?
like, so anywhere Puff was going and Ciroc was sponsoring, they would be like, "Yo, Anwar, we gonna give you a first right refusal. Do you want to go? What do you want to do?" So I would just go get that quick bag, come back to DC, and then along the way, I just get meeting more and more people, and then like I found out Crown Royal. So Crown Royal is the same company that owns Ciroc or half of Ciroc. So
Okay.
they were looking for a brand ambassador for Crown Royal. That was like 2012, and Gary and Glenn and Kareem, they all recommended me for it, and that's how I got my first official liquor job. So it was cool because like I was at the club taking the pictures of all the like girls and stuff. So it just made my job easy where I was at the club taking pictures regardless. So let's say I see you out and I take a photo of you. I
Mm-hmm.
would then just be like, let me take a photo of you. Then I would just walk into the bar and buy him a drink because I had like a company credit card. So that's what I would just do every night. So I was taking pictures of all the pretty girls and then buying them a Crown Royal drink. Nobody was drinking Crown Royal. Everybody was drinking vodka, but it's a
Hell
free.
no, that's a strong ass damn drink. Nobody was drinking that
Right,
like that.
exactly. So, I came up with like a girly drink called a Royal Lemonade, which is
Mm-hmm.
like Crown pineapple juice, lemonade with a splash of grenadine. It was just really fruity. I used to make that. I used to get the bartenders to make that for the girls. I'd give it to them, and they would just crush that all night, and then I'd be on the way taking photos. So it just, kind of cause you had to transition people from the light liquor, and then once that started coming, then the Hennessy and all that stuff came crazy. Now all people are drinking is brown, and you know what I'm saying.
Yo, when I first went to Morgan, all I was drinking was Smirnoff Ice. Jesus Christ, I was not even drinking. I wasn't drinking at all. I was a little girl. I was not even drinking. Now I'd be like, let me just get something on oral. Matter of fact, just give it to me hot. Let me. Too much is going on in the world. Give me that Hennessy hot. Matter of fact, I don't want a cup poured in my hand. I'm telling you, this is getting stressful. So how have you been holding up, during this whole pandemic? Because you're in Jamaica right now. That means
Yo,
you put on
right.
a mask. I'm calling Dr. Fauci. You put on a mask, you got on a plane. So
I mean,
what you doing?
this whole COVID thing has been cool. It's been, it's been sad because some people are dying and everything that's happening, and people are losing jobs, and you know what I'm saying. Like I lost my job during COVID for real.
What were you
So
doing before COVID?
I was working for a big liquor company. You know what I'm saying. So I was working for a company that owns Martell, Avion, Tequila, Jameson, Absolute. This is a big company. So I was working for them. Once COVID happened, like, you know what I'm saying, they put us on furlough. And then once it got really bad, it was just like, yo, we gotta let go a bunch of people. Because I was doing the marketing for like nightlife, you know what I'm saying? Nightlife and
Right.
being out and
Oh,
about.
okay. Ain't no
All that is
club.
dead, you know what I'm saying? All that
Right.
is dead. There's no money coming in that part of the company. So um, jobs get redundant in a way. Even if you're killing it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense for them to continue to keep me there. But for me, once COVID happened, man, I just was like, all right, cool. Like, how do I take advantage of this?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And then when the stock market had crashed, I just started to get really heavy into like day trading and learning about stocks and just all that stuff, like just educating myself. So over like from like March until now, like my two focus has been like I want to perfect stock market trading like as best you can. No one's 100% at it, but I want to become really, really good at it. And then I want to become really, really dope at e-commerce so I can put anything online and sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of where I am at this moment. That's kind of what I've been doing, and then just running. I was running a lot just to kind of clear my mind, you know what I'm saying, get outside all summer. So now I'm in Jamaica, so I'm about to get back to running tomorrow. So we'll see.
How long you gonna be in Jamaica for? I know how long you are. I just want you to say it out loud again. How long you gonna be in Jamaica for?
I mean, I'm gonna be here for a month, like a month.
Why we all sitting here cold?
I mean,
COVID in the cold.
I was planning this strategically because I was like, all right, so just watching the whole COVID thing. So like I felt
Mm,
like the whole summertime happened. Once it got warm outside, people didn't know how to act. It got crazy. So
right.
as the numbers started spiking, I was like, you know what? I was like, Thanksgiving weekend is going to be the mega super spreader for COVID.
Yes.
And I was like, And I tweeted it. I said, within 2 weeks of Thanksgiving, America is going to go back on lockdown. And I was like, then that's when I booked my flight, like maybe early January. I was like, all right, bet. So I'm going to book my flight for December 10th, December 9th or whatever, because I know once I book, like, it's that same weekend, everything is going back lockdown, which you've seen, like,
Right.
everybody's locking back down starting this weekend. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get out and I'm going to get to Jamaica. And I could, I'm not, it's Jamaica's still on curfew. So, like, you have to be home by 10 p.m. So you're
Right.
not running around doing anything crazy anyways, but just being able to go outside in the daytime and, like, stand outside, being out in the warmth, you know what I'm saying? That's worth it for me. So
But then so basically you're gonna miss the Christmas spread, because that's what I'm calling it. It's gonna be the Christmas holiday spread, because COVID gonna spread again during Christmas. And then you're gonna
yeah.
come back after the New Year. So you're gonna miss the New Year spread too. So you coming back to America right on time, right?
Yeah, so like I want to miss all of that. And then like I mean my date to come back is like January 7th or something like that. But like even though I have a January 7th return date, like if it gets crazy in America, like I don't mind staying here for like another month. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of
Right.
space. So I'm gonna play or another couple of weeks. I'm gonna play it by ear, see what happens.
You're very, very strategic, and very, very, very
Yo, like
strategic.
I was talking to somebody like a couple months ago, and like, we were just talking about how life is just very much like a game. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything you're doing, anything in life is just a kind of game. You're just trying to find a way to win. So how do you
Right.
win? You have to in any kind of game. Football, they're strategic. Basketball, they're strategic. Everything that they do, you know what I'm saying? It's strategic. So that's kind of like what I try to use for life is just be strategic about it and make like try to do things that my future will thank me for. So that's it.
So, I mean, I don't know if anybody is following Anwaa, but if you are, you can follow Anwaa and get some very good inspirational quotes. And what has prompted you to start doing that? Because you can come on the page any hour of the night and you'll find something and be like, "It's the one right here." And you go ahead and repost it. This is it right here. So, what prompted you to start doing that?
Yo, I just kind of I wanted to. So okay, so I think social media in general, right? So I feel like Twitter. I feel like Twitter is where people keep it real at. So I feel like Twitter is like the realest. It's the realest social media. People keep it stacked there, right?
Right.
And I feel like Instagram is where people fake it at.
Okay.
So like when I started like taking my Twitter whatever tweets and making them into Instagram post threads.
Right.
Like I just wanted to like take some of the stuff that I was saying to people on Twitter, and stuff that I was kind of like sharing positive information and positive mindset, because I feel like as we're all going through everything that we're going through right now, like we can't always feed our minds the most negative content. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that if someone even does come to my page, that it was at least something there that they could find, that could kind of lift their spirits in a moment, or like something that will resound with them and speak to them. So that's really what it was. It's just trying to be positive, man. I think if you listen to motivational speeches every day, your life will take on like a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Your life will take on a certone direction. It will have like a certain energy in your life. If you listen to like kill him every day, your life will take on like a certain tone also.
I
So
agree.
I feel like everything we're intaking is feeding us one way or another. So I want to make sure that if you come to my space, my curated space, then you're gonna leave with information or something that's gonna make you feel better about who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. And those are the type of spaces I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
want to be in spaces that like help me flourish and move forward. Like
Right.
this is why what you're doing is a great platform, because like it allows people to flourish. You know what I'm saying? And show
Right.
who they are and give off positive energy, and that's why I fuck with it.
I definitely want to continue on doing something like this. I've had people say, I mean, a lot of people always ask, like, where do I find some of my guests from? Some people I know. So, like, Anwaa, you're somebody that I know. I met you in real life. I met you in real life. But then there's other people that I kind of just met through social media and have stayed connected with them. And I believe that they have a positive message. I don't want to be one of those people who just come on here, trash talk. I mean, I think we have enough of that You know,
Facts,
I'm a
facts.
viewer of, you know, Atlanta Housewives and, you know, the rest of the reality
It's
shows.
okay.
That's
And
where I find my balance at.
everything,
That's my
everything,
balance.
everything, everything in moderation, right? So
Right.
everything in moderation.
And so I appreciate everything that you're doing. So I definitely wanted to have you come on tonight and just talk about what it was that you're doing, because like you said, when you come to your page, it's nothing but positivity. And then you're also doing like financial classes. Is that what you're doing? I'm not sure. So tell me about
Yeah.
that.
So what I started doing. So like I said, since like March, I've been studying the stock market, studying everything about it, and just realizing like if you really get it, if you really understand it, it's a cheat code for life. You know what I'm saying? So um, like when people that I know personally are making $40,000 a day or up $50,000 on one trade, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when that type of thing is happening around me, like you have to start thinking about like, you know, what am I doing with my life? So, you know,
Hmm.
after putting in all the time and effort and learning so much about it, like people kept asking me to, because I post about it all the time, so people just kept asking me to teach them or show them. But I also feel like if people don't invest in something, then they don't take it seriously. So
Mm.
like I mean, what I teach people, other people are literally charging 2,500 to do for a class, right?
Right.
So I was just like, well, I'll just charge people $100, and I'll teach them about stocks and trading. So it's kind of like I can hit you and say, yo, buy Tesla tomorrow, but if you don't know if I could call you and say, yo, buy a Tesla tomorrow.
Right.
But when tomorrow comes, if you don't know that it's a bad time to buy Tesla, then you're gonna buy it and you're gonna lose your money. So what I try to teach people is when to know when it's a good time to buy a stock and when it's a good time to sell a stock. So you buy low, sell high. You know what I'm saying? Like look for the trends and ride the trends up, and then sell when there's a downtrend. So that's what I teach people, just to look for the trends. It's been doing really well. So like, you know, everyone out there, like, you know, hit me up. I'm about to release like a new schedule for classes next week. So
And well, I'm a little bit slow now, so I might need to really hit you up. Like, I need a little. Do you have a remedial class for those who
yo,
don't get
like
the numbers?
the thing about it, man, I am teaching. I'm teaching people who know nothing about the stock market to people who know stuff about the stock market. So I'm just taking it and breaking it down really simple, so people can understand. Like I just had a student last week. She's actually a teacher. So when at the end of the class, she's like, "Yo, like you're really good at teaching. Like I never thought about that ever." She's like, "I appreciate the way you break it down. It was easy. It was simple. You make me understand everything that I'm looking at." So that's kind of because I've watched so many hours of videos and studied so much about this. You know what I'm saying? So, and when people are so smart sometimes
Hmm.
and they make YouTube videos, they don't make it for dummies. They make it for other smart people. And you could be sitting there watching this video and not knowing what the hell they're talking about just because they're moving
Right.
so fast. So being able to kind of slow things down, you know what I'm saying? Slow things down and explain things to people like, you know, in an hour and a half, you know what I'm saying? And then give them resources to go back. So then I'll pick like my favorite YouTube videos and then give them links to my favorite YouTube videos so they can go watch those. So when they're watching those videos, they will they will understand, they'll like hear the keywords that I'm saying and then see someone explain it differently in more detail.
And well, I'm gonna challenge you now because I'm gonna come to you next week and I'm gonna be like, listen, I got my money. So, you know, and I want to be very clear. I went
I
to
got you.
Morgan. I went to
Don't
Morgan
worry.
and I'm trained to say, just give me the answers. Just give me the
I
answers.
got
If you studied and you did all the studying, then I want you to just give me the answers. So tell me what I need to do and tell me what I need to put
that,
my money at because
that's
I'm
what
gonna be
I'm doing.
upset.
I mean, you know,
Let me
I can't.
know.
There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong answers. I'm just trying to make sure that you make the best decisions about the answers.
I'm trying to explain to you again. You laughing and I'm saying it on live in front of all these people because when I hit you, I'll be like, listen, I don't know about this class stuff. I ain't been in a classroom in a really long time, but I just need to know the answer. Just give me the answer so I can go ahead and get what I need to do. So I'm gonna definitely have to hit you up and see
Yeah,
about that.
it's
So is it
hard. You know
like
what I'm
is
saying?
it a virtual? Are you like a virtual class or like a
Yeah,
FaceTime?
it's virtual. Like it's through Zoom.
It's
So
with
like
other people.
No, it's one-on-one. So I
Oh,
do
okay, because I'm
it's
real
one-on-one.
slow.
Yeah, so it's one-on-one, take our time, get through the material, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty straightforward. Then I email you all the resources that I use personally. So I mean
This
it's a
sounds like
win-win.
a
Like
class. This sounds like a group project. This sounds very stressful already. I'm
nah,
already
it's not.
overwhelmed.
It's not, man. It's a winning project. If you take this class, you at least not gonna lose as much money as you would lose if you didn't take it. That's what I'm gonna say. It's gonna save you money and it's gonna make you money straight up.
You promise.
I can promise.
And I'm gonna be right there in Jamaica at your door, like you said. This is what you said.
Hey man, it's been good to me. Like I'm here.
I'm following you. Like you're the fast car. You ever drive on the highway and a fast car is in front of you? You drive right behind the fast car, so the cop will stop the fast car before they stop you. You're my fast car. I'm gonna ride right behind you. I'm gonna ride right behind you. So if they pull you over, I know to go ahead and take the next route. So what else is up? What else do you have in store?
Yo, that's really it for right. That's really what I'm focused on right now. So like I'm trying to, like I got like a goal for 2022. So like by 2022, I just want to start making like $2,000 a day. That's my goal. Like that's like life changing. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know
$2,000 a day?
Yeah, by 2022, by 13 months from now. Like you gotta dream. You gotta dream big. You know
Oh
what
no,
I'm
I'm here for the dream. That's what I'm just saying.
saying?
$2,000 a day. We can ask for a little bit more. Let's dream a little bit bigger. $2,000 a day.
Yeah, that's
That's
my
your goal.
goal. That's my goal. Like that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards every day. Like I got to get to that. Like the thing is, if I thought it was impossible, then I don't think it's impossible because like I'm seeing people do that every day.
Right.
So like people that I know, like I'm seeing them do that every day. So it's like, okay, cool. Like if they're doing it, then why can't I do it? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about things. So it's like I love to see other people win. Like that's the one thing about me. Like I love to see other people win because like when I see people win, it gives me confidence that I can win too. So it's like some people, it's kind of like when they see other people win, they feel like, damn, man, why this nigga winning? Like, you know what I'm saying? They be hating, but nah, like that's not the energy. Like if you can't appreciate someone else winning, then you really can't see it for yourself. And the reason why you don't like them winning is because you don't see yourself winning. So like I see you winning, I'm like, I bet I can win too. I just need to have a game plan or put myself in a position to win. So that's really what it is. So I'm seeing people win, like I'm seeing
It's a
people
money
win
bet going around here somewhere, and I haven't been in on it, but I think I want parts of the money bet that everybody got going on. There's some millionaires coming right now.
Like this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in our history, yo. So
it's
like
some millionaires that's coming out of Morgan, that came out of Morgan.
Yeah, like it's millionaires. Like I know like these people, like it's happening to them in real life. It's happening to people that we know. Like I talk about my trading. However, it's people that who are making money, but they will not tell a soul that they're making money. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that's one way, you know what I'm saying? It's one way to live by. Like I don't talk about every dollar I get, but I talk about a lot of the dollars I get because like I want to show people that like, you ever look down you ever like walk to New York and you ever like see why all those white people just walk around so carefree, like they just move through life. Think
Yeah,
about
I'd be
like
annoyed though.
they have the game figured out.
Right. They just walk right. They don't see nothing. They don't have a care in the world.
They
While
have the
meanwhile,
game.
we have PTSD and all this other anxiety because we're trying to figure out how we're going to pay the bills, how we're going to put food on the table. I get what you're saying.
They have the game figured out. Like they're over there trading stocks, they're trading options, their funds are popping. They get it. Because what money just gives you is a security and freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the money gives you. I don't want to have a lot of money to buy a lot of shit. So like my thing is like I love looking at the bank or looking at my trading account and thinking, you know what, I could buy all these different things, but I'm not buying anything. And
you have self-control too, because I don't have that. We're gonna have a lot of classes. I see. I'm gonna be sitting in your class for a while. I see.
Because I think if we get high off knowing we could have something, if we get the high knowing we can have something just as much as having it, then that's like the mental click, and then being able to unfuck yourself in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you buy, because we want all the symbols of freedom so we can show them, but the biggest flex of freedom is just having the bag. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like I look at niggas and I'd be like, all right, what do you spend? Okay, I'd be like, all right, cool, you have 5 pairs of Balenciagas. Okay, cool. Like those 5 pair of Balenciagas would have paid for my whole month vacation here. Like
Mm-hmm.
to me, like in the next year, while you're wearing those Balenciagas, I'm just out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it's freedom. What you want is freedom. The money is
Right.
good, but the items you buy, they don't give you any freedom. They're just symbols of freedom. It's like niggas want to wear chains all day, but wearing that chain is actually like because it's fucking your money up. So you're actually in chains literally because you can't move how you need to move. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
But that's all insecurity though. You know what I mean? That's insecurity. That we have
yeah,
a way, I think our culture has a way of showing wealth instead of actually being wealthy. Like everything you have on you is more than, you're wearing somebody's car. You're walking around and, instead of having a car, you're walking around with the value of a car. You know what I
exactly.
mean? But
So
because you want to impress other people and let them know that you're wealthy. But, thieves have wealthy clothes on too. So it is what it is.
I mean, yeah. So that's that's what I like to try to like just that's the energy I like to give off, and that's the energy I try to like to get people that I know. Because like when I was younger, um, I blew a lot of money. I just blew so much money. Like I blew so much money. Oh my gosh. And now that I'm older, I'm like looking at it, like if I'd have just taken 10% of what I had, what I'm saying, spent in my 20s and what I mean, and actually did something productive with it, like where would that be right now?
Hindsight is 2020, and if we
It
would have
is
did that, we wouldn't be here and so enlightened and thinking about things and thinking about ways to not go back that way. I always say the 20s is for the mistakes, the 30s is to clean up the 20s, and the 40s is
ex-
laugh at the 20s and the 30s. And I cannot wait to be 40. Like
straight up,
seriously,
straight up.
I'm
But
looking forward to 40.
along the way, you pass on the gems that you learn. So that's all I am. So like when people, you might have some followers, we might have some viewers that are in their 20s. So it's just like, all right, cool. Like, let me just pass this game on to you, so you can just before you go out and spend all that money, think about like what can that money be doing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
we just saw that thing. Like I just posted like homeboy 2 years ago he spent $500 on stock options for Tesla. 2 years ago, 2018, and then early this month he turned that flipped into $1 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a game happening in real life that we are missing out on because we're not like putting focus on that. So that's all I'm trying to do is just like help people like understand that as I'm trying to figure out the game, can I help you figure it out, and then we can figure it out together so we can get to the bag. That's it.
That's important. That's very, very important. That's definitely important. I mean, I think right now, as we have all this time to sit down and sit down and sit down and sit down because we're about to be shut down again.
Yeah,
How can we just have our own financial security? Because I think that's important. A lot of people are relying on their job, and if they lose their job today or tomorrow, they are screwed. You know
yeah,
what I
nah,
mean?
that's real.
I
That's
know
real.
I know unemployment was happening, but you didn't get your check right away because everybody had to file for unemployment. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So you had to wait for your money. And so what do you do in the meantime? You know what I mean? In the meantime, in the between time, what do you do? I
It's
mean, it's
real out
definitely
here,
been
man.
stressful. I mean, I personally would like to, I have children. I have two
Hmm.
children. I have a small baby, and I was talking to one of the social workers at my job because I work for a healthcare union, and she was just like, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to look for a new job or not work for anybody at all at this point because I can't do this no more. I cannot do this anymore. I am losing my mind, and you know sometimes when you tell people about your grievances, I'm not complaining. I just have a grievance. You know what I mean? I'm in the house. I'm working from home. I work for a high volume call center. So I'm working
Hmm.
in the same amount of calls is coming through as though I'm in the office. But I got a 1 year old, an 11-year old getting cereal, and a 1 year old pulling that stuff. And these people really expect for me to produce the same way I was producing in that office. And, you know, and they're looking at me like, you know, there's other people that are at home as well. So you don't,
Yeah.
you know, we understand you have a small baby, but there's other people with children too. You have to kind of figure it out. I don't want to feel like that ever again.
No,
I don't want
I
to feel
feel you
like I don't
completely.
matter. Like I
No, I
don't
feel you.
matter. And I feel like I should be able to express that. Yes, I need this paycheck, but I'm tired of this job at the same sentence. You know what I mean? Like the whole "you should be grateful you have a job" phrase. I'm pretty much over that. As far as I'm pretty over it. Like I'm really over it. Not to say that I don't want my job, but I should be able to complain. And I'm breastfeeding my son. I am stressed, and I don't want to feel this way about a company that, again, a lot of my coworkers have died from COVID, and their job positions are open. You know,
Yeah.
we got to fill you up. Like, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry that she died, or I'm sorry that he died, but, you know, the company still goes on whether or not I'm breathing or not. And so I don't want to feel like this anymore. So my goal is to definitely, I'm trying to find something else or just get out all the way together. You know, if it wasn't for health insurance, I don't know. I probably had left a
Yo,
long time ago.
health insurance is so expensive, yo.
It's
Like,
key. It's good.
bro.
That's everything right there. You're working for your health insurance because my check, by the time it hit my account, it only sit there for like maybe 2 seconds because I didn't pulled it all right back out.
Yeah. Like you are worried about health insurance. Let me tell you, I tell everybody you need health insurance, man. Like a couple years ago, like I got attacked. So I had to have like brain surgery and all types of shit, right? Like
Attacked by who, Anwaa?
this it's the wildest. It was none of my doing. Like it was just crazy. I ain't, you
Oh
know,
my
whatever.
God. Anwaa
But
coming out with a book. Like, I just released a
I,
book.
di-
A
I didn't
tell
do any,
all.
I didn't do anything crazy, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, but that happened. So I got attacked without me knowing. Like it just kind of just happened. So like I had like a crazy medical, like 6 months of just being in and out the hospital, like brain bleeding, wouldn't stop bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Like had to like go inside my head, cut my skull open. You know what I'm saying? Like all that types of stuff. The health insurance, man, like that right there would have been at least like 250,000 in health, you know.
Sir, you are definitely wrong because I work at the hospital. That's $1 million
Yeah, so
claim right there.
yeah, it's like whatever the claim was, it's
That would have been
crazy.
a
So
$1 million claim. Your brain, that's $1 million right there. That's $1 million to the hospital, and health insurance will only pay 3% of that $1 million. So they're only about to pay maybe $150,000 of that claim.
yo, so like literally like it was crazy. Like I didn't have to come out of pocket nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I tell people like, yo, get health insurance. Like
Yes,
that's
health insurance is key. Like you
yeah,
need
like
health
it's
insurance.
key.
Like,
It's key. You know what I'm saying? So and it's a free thing. Like you don't think about it until it happens. You know what I'm saying? And when it happens, it just happens.
and also, I want to let everybody know Medicaid is the best insurance to actually have. You can get a lot of stuff done on Medicaid. People shame Medicaid, but it's free. And if you don't have, you have to have some type of health insurance when you go in the hospital because those hospital bills will definitely mess up your credit. I have a question here. Let me just go ahead and tap into that. Uh,
Medicaid.
uh, Somebody just right. And yeah, Medicaid is decent insurance. I had a baby on Medicaid, a whole child on Medicaid, and when I look at Medicaid compared to my insurance that I have from an actual employer, it's the same.
Oh wow.
I go to the same doctors. I go to everything. I
I
mean,
wasn't
it's
sure. I wasn't sure because like not since I'm like I mean I'm unemployed. Yeah, I'm unemployed, but you know what I'm saying?
Medicaid is the best insurance that you can get. I mean, well, they called it Obamacare, but I mean, a lot of people, it depends. Medicaid is not structured how it used to be. They make you pick a plan. They make you pick
Okay.
a plan. Like you have to have some type of insurance, and they'll go ahead and make you pick like one. Like you'll have like emblem, like it'll be like a low end emblem, or they'll try to make you pay like $5 for your plan, or like $10 or whatever the case might be. And somebody's saying it's only in New York City. Yeah, but they have better healthcare plans outside of New York City and other things that you could do if you need any type of healthcare because you got to keep yourself healthy because you
Yeah,
don't
you
want to,
do.
you know what I'm saying? You got it. You got to. I mean, like I said, I had one child on Medicaid. I had one child not on Medicaid, and I don't knock Medicaid. It's the best insurance that you could possibly get. You can go to the dentist and everything on it. So if anybody doesn't have any health insurance, definitely check into your local hospital, and they'll let you know what kind of things that you need to do in order to get the health care. So how can people can DM you about the financial class?
Yeah, just DM me. Now that I see that my internet here works well, so I'm gonna. I was waiting for this call before I release the new classes.
Okay.
So yeah, just there'll be probably be a link in my bio. If there's no link in my bio, just DM me, and I'll probably have a link up sometime this weekend or tomorrow. So
Okay. Well, somebody was asking what the topic was. I honestly just wanted to catch up with Anwar. Like I seen Anwar moving around, doing a whole lot,
you know what I'm saying?
moving here, doing all this, that, and the third. Also, while he's, moving around, working with these big brands, he's just spreading positivity. Like I said, this man is like non-problematic. I've never
That's it.
even seen you drunk before on a drunk night in college. I've never even seen you
I mean,
angry.
I like to have a good time. I mean, I've always been like a really like even keel person.
Hmm.
So I just, I have like a nonchalant personality. So like I let shit roll off my shoulders, and that's kind of how I move. So it's like it might bother me for a second, but then boom, a couple of days I don't even remember what the hell I was mad about, or even a second.
Mm.
So like they said, if it will not matter to you in
5 years. Is it
72
5 years?
hours. It says,
Oh.
yeah. So, like, if it won't matter to you in 72 hours, don't even worry about it.
No. So again, everybody hit Anwar up in his DM about the financial classes. He's offering the class for only $100. What others might charge, what, $2,500?
Yeah, I'm seeing 2,500 for the band. Yeah.
2,500. He
Yeah.
is willing to walk you through and share his knowledge of what he's been learning to go ahead and better your future and create wealth for you and your whoever you have in your family. He's willing to
It's
share his
important.
knowledge. So he's sharing everything. So DM him if you have any questions, if it's anything you want to ask him about. I will be in your class. We will have, how long is your class? Because I need a lot of help.
90 minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes of my time.
I'm gonna need two classes. I'm gonna need two classes because I'm gonna need
We'll
a little
we'll
bit more
work we'll work it
time.
out. We'll work it
Work
out.
with
We'll
me.
work it out. We'll work it
Oh
out.
my God. The thought
Hey
of being in
man,
any class is
we'll
just
work it out.
nerve-wracking. So I
You know
want
what
to
I'm
thank you
saying?
again for coming on. Enjoy your trip.
Hey, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here. Like we haven't really had like really conversations, but just not like since
You've been
Morgan.
one wording me. You've been one wording me this whole time.
I'm mad chill. I'm an introvert really, so I don't really say too much. But I just know I fucked with you for a long time. You always been cool people, so just
Thank you. I definitely
I,
appreciate that, Anwar. So thank you so much for coming on.
for sure.
Again, I
Thanks for
will be
having me.
DMing you afterwards about this class. Please let
Hit
me
me.
know.
I got you. We'll make it work.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Good night.
All right. Good night.